working here for the last 2 years,
Okay.
and I'll be assisting you today.
Okay.
Have a
Thank you.
seat, please.
Thank you.
So, do you have any problem finding the place?
No, this was quite easy. I just used Google Map. Due to weather, it's like
That's just it, you know, normal in Canada. So
yeah, it's like
it is something that's expected. It's I know it is a little different. You coming from the warmer climate, but no, this is your home, new home.
yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, can I get you some water or anything before you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So before we start going into any details, and I'll start assisting you, there's something we have to do. Just want to let you know that any information that we share will be confidential, will be staying within the organization. We keep our record for 7 years. The records are not shared between like any organization, but there are some exceptions, okay? And I will tell you all those exceptions are. And then there's a consent form that you have to sign, giving me permission that if those circumstances come, that I can share that information with someone. Okay, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, and you just get this form here. Okay, so this is a consent form.
Okay.
Like I said, we won't be sharing this information, but there are some special circumstances. For example, if during our conversation I find there's a child that's in danger, so in the event you share that child that you know under the age of 18 is being abused in any form, so now we know, we have that information, we have the obligation to share that information to the authorities if for the benefit of a child, make sure the child is safe.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. The second exception is if you ever actively considering suicide. So if you, while we are talking, you told me that you have planned to commit suicide, you're considering that, and I feel that your life is in danger, I have to share that information with the authorities.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. Any question on that?
No.
Okay. The third situation relates to the harm to the others. So if there's a case where someone is at risk of being harmed, I would have to report that to the proper authorities.
Okay.
Any
So,
question on that?
like if I harm someone.
Yes, so if, for example, you give me some information showing anger towards someone and you're planning to harm someone, I have to inform the authorities.
Just like I tell you, like how I wanna take revenge from someone. Or
Yes. So because there is somebody who is in danger, could be their life, could be just like a harm, but either way, we have to report. Okay? And the fourth situation relates to subpoena. So, subpoena, that means in a simple term, a court order. We receive a court order stating that they need this information that we are sharing in the future for some legal matters. We are obligated to share that information with the authorities.
Okay, just with the court orders.
Only with the authorities,
Okay.
because that might help in solving whatever the situation at that time.
You don't wanna share it with any person?
No, it is just going to be with the authorities, like with the legal system.
Okay.
Okay? And lastly, with your consent, I share your records with other service provider. For example, so if after our conversation that we thought that we are not providing those services, that services can be provided by another organization. With your permission, with your consent, we will be sharing that information so they will properly help you.
Okay, it will only happen with your permission.
Yes, with your permission. So please read this over, and then we'll start the conversation.
So can I?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, before we go into like assisting you, I'm going to ask you a question. So think of a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being very low and 5 being high. What do you think, which level you are at between 1 and 5 at this moment as we speak?
I believe it's 3.5.
3.5, okay, thank you. Okay, so how can I help you?
So I'm here to I want to get information about how I can pursue my education here because now I have status and I want to pursue my education in Canada now.
Yeah, I'm glad that you are looking things to do better in the future, and it is very hard to focus on after what you have gone through in the past. I'm glad that you are focused on your education. So as far as education, I'm going to ask you a question. What was the last grade that you completed back in Iran?
I just completed my high school and after that these all things happened or I couldn't take chance to complete my
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah.
Circumstances, all things that just made me to get out from these all things. So I just.
Do you have any concern as far as going back, like starting college? Any issues that you think, any barriers?
So first of all, my finances, because I have just some money that I brought from from my country. So I just concerned how after starting my study, how I can support myself.
Okay, so now you have a status in Canada, so you can apply for a student loan called OSAP, in short. That's Ontario Student Assistant Program. You will be applying for that through the government. Government will give you funding for your education as well as some little money for your living expenses. So your education will be covered. Okay.
So I will apply for OSAP for myself. Or
yes. So what I will do, I have some information right here regarding some OSAP that gives you some information, so you can go on the website and look through it. And also, I will, if you like, with your permission, I would like to refer you to an agency that will further help you in detail how you go about in every step of the way to applying for OSAP get some funding.
Okay, like there is another agency or consultant that will help me.
Yes, and I feel something like an ESL program will be also beneficial to you. ESL program is English as a second language. So if somebody whose language is not English can benefit from it, because when you go this way, you can able to communicate at the college and in everyday life much better, more effectively. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I want to.
So here's a referral form. If you can sign that, and then we can. Okay, thank you. So what I'll do is I'll refer this to the organization. I'll give you my card. So any questions that you have in the future, feel free to make an appointment. I just want to let you know I'm here to help you.
Okay.
And you are always going to be in the safe place. And thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Okay, when I need to when I just call to your
yes,
number.
Just call the number and I will be glad to help you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for this all information, and it will be very
You're
helpful for
welcome.
me.
Thank you.
you.
Thanks. All right.
Hi, Zara.
Hi.
I'm
Hello,
Yashvi.
Zara. Yes,
How are
we-
you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so Zara, I'm a social service worker. I'm going to assist you today. I've been working in this agency for the last 3 years. So please be comfortable. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
So how are you doing, Zara?
I'm doing okay. I'm just trying to, settle in, get used to. It's the cultural shock and, all the things in the past. So,
So did you experience any difficulty coming over here?
no,
Is it okay?
no, except the weather, but that's here in
That
Canada,
is-
so it's,
Yeah. You
I have to get used to that
Yeah, you
because
have to
this is
get
my
habitual
new
of
home.
it. Yeah. So, before starting, I just want to tell you that you're in a completely safe place. So you don't have to worry about anything or anyone. No one is going to harm you. Just keep relaxed, and you just need to share whatever you want to share. It's up to you what you want to tell us. And if you think that we can help you out for that, share it with us. Most probably we will help you with that. And if I ask you something and you don't want to answer it, so don't force yourself to answer, so that you don't get any anxiety or anything. So keep relaxed and then answer the questions.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's good to know.
Okay.
It's good to know
So-
because there are certain questions, that I don't want to
Yeah,
talk about.
I just don't want to
anymore.
trigger you.
Yes.
That's why I'm telling you these
Thank
things.
you.
Okay. So how can I help you today?
Well, now you know that I got my legal status. I've gone through all, different situation. Coming here, the circumstances I came here, I had no funds, nothing. I have very little support. What I'm receiving from the government, not enough. But I would like to, get employment, so I'll have some funds to do things that I wanted to do for the future. Because, like I said, this is my home. Here, I want to live, so I want to start building things. But in order to do that, I have to have some, the funds.
Yeah.
And I just don't know where to start, what to do, because everywhere that I go to apply for in the last few weeks since I got the status, they asked me if I have a Canadian experience, and I said I don't. But I don't understand, how do I get Canadian experience when nobody's even giving me a chance to?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just wondering if you can guide me or help me,
Sure.
what I can do.
First of all, congratulations, you got your status
Oh, thank
in
you.
Canada.
Thank you, I'm very happy.
Yeah. And for starting work in Canada, first of all, you need to have your work permit if you want to work legally.
Okay,
Yeah. And for that, we can help you with that.
okay,
So I'll give you the list what documents I need for that, and then you can hand it over to me, and we'll apply your work permit online. Okay.
okay,
So, and the other thing is that it will take approximately 3 to 4 months to get your work permit. So it would be better for you if in that time you start volunteering in some places,
okay.
so that you get Canadian experience. And then, of course, that problem would be sorted out, that the people say you don't have any Canadian
Yes,
experience.
because that's the biggest obstacle that I see.
Exactly.
I'm
that's
willing to
the-
work, I'm willing to start out anywhere just to get some experience,
Mhm.
but I'm not getting any chance to.
That's the major problem
Yeah.
all the newcomers are facing,
Yeah.
so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll help you with getting the work permit and all.
Okay.
Okay. Any
Okay.
other concerns?
So, what do I have to do? How do I start? I know you have to, they ask me always that, do you have a resume? And I don't even have like a resume. I don't even know how to build a resume.
Okay.
So, how, can you help me with?
Yeah, I would refer. Resume is one of the biggest things that you need over here to get a job, people, of course, the people don't know you. They're going to judge you reading your resume, right? So it has to be really good. And for that, I can refer you to certain employment agencies that can help you build up a resume. And you can't, I know that you can't do it yourself because the Canadian resume is very, very different from the resume all over the world.
Confused. We have like, high school.
Yeah.
Learned a little bit, but that was back in Iran, and it was a few years back also, so things I'm sure have changed, and now I'm in total different country.
Totally.
So I have seen some samples of the resume, and I was like, okay, this is, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, so don't worry about that, okay? And I'll help you with the resumes. This is the employment agency. Yeah. Whenever you feel like you are ready to get a resume, just contact them.
Okay.
And I myself will talk to them about your case so that you don't face any difficulty when you reach there.
Okay.
Okay.
So is there like
You have to just go to the agency. I'll give you a list of agencies that ask volunteers. Just go to them. First get your resume, build it. You go to them, visit them, say that you want to volunteer with them, and if they have like availability for volunteers, they will surely get you because everyone needs help here, right? And they don't deny any person that wants to gain experience in any sector of the employment. So you don't have to worry about that. I'll give you the list.
So do you have like some places that within the walking distance was, because the little money that I have, I would like to save that for like the food and the clothing, and so I don't mind if I have to walk, but if it's too far, that might be kind of like a challenge for me to go there and be able to attend on like a continuous basis.
So I'll search. I heard that you live in a basement apartment, right?
Yes, I am.
So I'll search for the agencies that are near to your place so that you don't have to use the public transportation to go there. And of course in the winter.
Yeah, because that's another concern, that I have while walking,
Yeah.
At the same time, I want to make sure that I'm safe.
Exactly. So I'll search for those agencies and I'll give you the list when we meet next time.
Okay.
And I would also advise you to visit some workshops and job fairs.
Okay, and how do I find out about those workshops? As I don't have no computer, currently I don't have like a phone. So are there any places like that I can go and get this information that is close to me, of course? So do you have that information maybe?
Yeah. There are many community centers and libraries that help you with these things. You don't have, you're not charged for the computers and the books or other things that you use there. So you can go over there and visit those places. Also in those places you'll find some bulletin boards where they've pasted the job fairings, job postings and all, so that, and about the workshops as well. From there you can get the information about those workshops, and regarding your issue that it has to be near to your place, I'll search about those workshops and job fairs too, and then I'll let you know about that.
Okay. That sounds good. So I'm looking forward to get that information so I can start my employment search.
I see that you're really eager to work on
Yes,
your life and start up a new
I'm
life.
ready to.
I really appreciate your efforts because whatever you have gone through is really hard, and it takes courage to stand up and start a new life.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I'm just focused on getting things, forget my past and just look for the
because
future.
whatever you do is for your future. You just have your future ahead. You cannot do anything about your past. Just focus on your future and move ahead. Whatever you need help with, whatever you need any assistance or anything, just let me know. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So any other issues?
No, not. That's all I need. You helped me, a lot. I'm looking forward to, getting that information and start my job search and soon working.
Okay then. You have my contact information,
Yes, I
right?
do. I do.
Whenever you feel that you need any help or support, just feel free to contact me. I'll be pleased to help you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for all your time.
You're welcome. See you in the next session.
All right, thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye. Oh, hi. How are you? Hi, I'm Zara. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm connected. I'm work as a settlement counselor here. It's been 2 years. So have a seat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have you find any difficulty to get here?
Actually, no. It was just because of the weather that I found I like I don't like this weather at all.
But
So
while
it
in
was
Canada,
definitely
weather is
this.
just like that. Sometimes shiny is like, oh my god, it's so good weather, and sometimes windy. Yeah. You will get used to it, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mentioned before start, I mentioned you some things like feel yourself safe here, because whatever you share with me here, it's gonna be confidential. No one, I'm not going to share it with anyone. The information you share with us is not going outside the agency without your consent. Just accept a few exception as you read in your confidentiality form. Except that we're not going to share any information. So feel safe, whatever you're going to share with us, and don't feel afraid like someone will harm you with your this information. Okay?
Yeah.
So how I can help you today?
Actually, I wanted to discuss with you regarding my the place where I live. So, I've been living in detention center for 4 years.
It's really like living in a detention.
Yeah.
Like it's bad. So everyone like is a bad dream or like living in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there they used to torture me a lot, and I was also sexually insulted.
Okay.
And so now I think I am a bit depressed, and due to that I feel very lonely at my home. I live in a basement apartment right now,
Okay.
and I live there alone. I'm really afraid living there.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Is
I don't
there
want to live
any
there.
problem, kind of like any violence or something like sort of?
No, there I live totally alone. There are no people living
Okay, there's
with
nobody
me.
living with
Yeah,
you.
and but I feel like I'm not comfortable living there. I'm really afraid living there. I hear noises at night and which really trigger me, and I can't sleep the whole night. I spend many sleepless nights, and I don't know.
It's just because you live in it's like dark basement, so yeah. Do you need some water?
No, thank you so much.
Okay, just feel comfortable with yourself. You want me to like do some grounding techniques for you, like deep breath exercise?
Sure, we can
Comfort yourself. Okay, so just relax your body. Place your hand on table or whatever you want on your eyes, and take a deep breath. And exhale it slowly. I'll take one more deep breath. And exhale it slowly. Feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. So feel safe yourself here. Nobody gonna harm you. Okay? Yeah. So.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So I can help you with like first of all, I need to know your income. Like then I can help you with that your living. Okay, if you have income, then I can think about something else, or if you have not, then we can go with the other thing.
Actually, I don't have any source of income right now. I'm just on the expenses. I'm just on the money that I bought from my country with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I have very little amount of money right now. So
What we can do, like you can go with shelter. The shelter is a place like where every refugee and homeless people live. There's like all your expenses, your food, your clothing are free of cost. Nobody charge for your these basic needs.
okay.
And you can prefer shelters because there's like special shelter for refugee and refugee women.
Okay.
So you don't need to spend like live with another like where in an environment where you not feel comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't want to live with the people from my community, maybe men or maybe women. I don't want to live with those people?
So in Peace Reason or in Toronto, there's several shelter, or you can go there and you can just go to women shelter. There's only women, no male person, not even like a staff member. There's only women. This center only for women. You can go there, but there's in every shelter you have to share your room with someone else. And you can make preferences if possible. I do make preference like nowhere to they will allow you choose your partner. Like you don't have to stay with your own community member.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it is decided that I have to share my room.
Yeah, you have to share because all shelter is like as a non-profit organization. They don't charge you for any services. So they have to make some accommodation like. They have not such fund like to make sure like everyone have single room. So it's not possible to have to share a room with someone else. You have to share a room with someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can I find these shelters? How can I get them?
You can find it like by yourself. You can just find it. Can be found by internet and
But
they will show
I
you
don't
this.
have any
So
access to internet. I don't have any computer or anything.
Okay, you have no any right now.
No.
So what I can do, I can make sure like refer to that agency. But for that we have to sign some papers that will allow me to refer your information to that agency. So then we sign it, then I will send it to agency, they make you refer and then we can make sure like you will get there safely.
Okay.
Okay, you want me to make refer for you like for your shelter?
Please.
Okay,
If you can make a referral for me. Because I don't want to live there anymore. I am really depressed of that place.
Okay. But after shifting to shelter, you will get to some more people because there's many more people and you will get courage. So here's four. And read it and sign it. So I will let you know when I got response from them, when I get response from them. Okay.
And one more thing, I don't want to live in this shelter for like whole of my life. I want to buy my own house so that I can call my family members over here.
Okay, so as I reviewed your profile, like your intake form, you are like now convention refugee, your file has been accepted, right?
Yeah.
As a refugee. So once you like get your work permit and get your job, then you will be able to get your own home. Like there's one subsidizing housing that's supported by government, in which they provide your own housing with like your low income. They support you get your own house. So you will be able to get your own house once you get your like stable income, get your job, and then you will be able to get your own home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just want to know if I won't experience any these difficulties which I experience right now when I'm in the shelter.
So in shelter there is like so many other women, like they are also a refugee and maybe homeless. You can meet with them and make your connection with them, and if you need any help like as from social worker, there's also a social worker like they call case worker, case manager worker, and you can go with them and can share your problem and their needs. They will help you get your needs.
Okay. And what else services can they provide me?
They will provide your like every basic needs, like food, clothing, and whatever you need to live in your normal life. Yeah. So,
Okay.
is there anything that I can help with you?
No, that's all I need today.
I really appreciate it. You came here and shared your whole experience because it really need a courage and strength that you showed. I really appreciate it that you came here and shared your whole problem and approach to get help because it's the first step to success.
Yeah.
When you approach someone, when you ask someone that I need your help, because this is the biggest step. So I really appreciate you getting me over.
So thank you so much for today. And
Yeah, I hope so that when I meet next
Thank you.
time, you will
Yeah.
be more stable and encouraging your life. So thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.